continue to be isolated on behalf of third party or stakeholders or political vendors or clients who I have no idea, who congressmen, senators, congresswomen, we don't know. So, and others. So, what happened, for lack of clarity, if I'm not explaining it correctly, and just I'm fatigued in more ways than one. Fatigued, but not spent, but fatigued. And this escape needs a minimum amount of money, but I had the money. This is the incredible part. The thing is, I'm kept in a status also where I'm never able to afford legal counsel. If I made $200,000 a year, I'd be able to afford legal counsel. Legal counsel that would look into this, dig into it, they would attack it, and with me possibly being criminally charged for petty theft or whatever, they would say, okay, look, charge him in absentia. I have power of attorney. You can charge. It's like you're charging me on it, charging him, but I received the charge on his behalf, and the sentence, for serve or restitution. The client will make restitution, and he won't come back. He won't come back. He won't ever come back to the community again. He will be outcast, and he will be exiled. It's too much for these people. I'm talking about the non-Muslims that are interested in this, and talking about the Muslims too, the so-called Muslims, the secularists, leaning Muslims. It's too much for them to let you go. It's like, it's important that they know that you're around and that you're suffering and that you're inferior, you're less than them. It's very important to them, to these people. Very important to these people. That they have you around, they see you and able to watch you and look at you and see you suffering, and see you what one Sufi told me: if you don't follow the way of the tariqah, like the way of thinking of Muhammad Atta's group, which Muhammad Atta, the lunatic who ran into our towers back home in New York in 2001, Muhammad Atta was a Sufi. He was a Sufi. And I saw somebody one time, after the fact, on a Samtrans bus that looked almost just like him years ago before I went to Singapore. I don't think that was after. I think it was before. It scared the death out of me. Yeah, it frightened me to death. But this person, he looked just like him, but he had grown facial hair. Really scared me, man. And the thing is that and a lot of them believe in the Aryan supremacy too. People like Muhammad Atta, they believe in fascism, sort of an Aryan, sort of Afghani or whatever ancestry they have. That's why the airline Afghan was called Ariana. Ariana means Aryan. That means Afghanis have a strain of bloodline glorification, bloodline belief, bloodline honor. Ethnicity glorification. They have that in them. In Afghanistan. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, I found that out. That's why the airline's named Ariana. It's like Aryan Airlines. So Muhammad Atta was that. So people that were a part of that, but they weren't a part of the non-violent Sufism aspect, if you could call it that. He told me things are going to happen that's going to turn America into Nazi Germany. Terrible events. Things are coming, and that you had better line up with the sheikhs in obedience. And submit your will to the sheikhs. They are the hand of God, the hand of Allah. They are gnosis. They are basically the will, the speaking will of Allah on earth. I refuse. So I was told then my life would be made miserable. If I don't follow, I'm going to end up a bum. It's likelihood that I'm going to be a bum. I'm going to end up being a bum, on the streets like that, because of the form that I have. This physical form and ethnicity already has a stamp and designation in society, that where you're going to be and where you're going to end up. They've already decided. This form means garbage man, janitor. But I remember when I was in Italy, I'll never forget it, I heard a blonde-haired woman, some woman, I don't know if she was Semitic, she was scrawny, built or frail, she wasn't big, and another woman saying, look at him, son of a garbage man, disgusting. I never forgot that, man. And I don't think that was imaginary. I was buying some chicken, some vegetables, because there was a place nearby that sold halal chicken, run by Italian Muslims and Algerians. a meat place that sold halal meat, and I would go there to buy a whole chicken. Yep, in Naples, Italy, Napoli. Never forgot that. That was after September 11th. So I have a lot of financial stuff and a lot of things that could be pricked, that are adversaries and people that I've upset along the road, like a vehicle flaying wildly trying to escape slavery, and then I cause wrecks along the way trying to escape because I have no real support. Yeah, I have no real house to go to run from the slavers. But the slavers in this term is signed with the signatory pen of President Obama, giving authority for the slave riders, as well as with their whips and chains and detentions and incarcerations. The whips are torture, beating, screaming, yelling, and other stuff, other psychological aspects of warfare, which is military induced. But the safe house, the safety would be similar to the Underground Railroad. There's no Underground Railroad of practicing Muslims. There are a few Christians. There are some Underground Railroads of Christians. But overwhelmingly no. So how I get out of this, thank goodness the heat is working now. For a long time, the heat here in this vehicle, it didn't work. For a long time, it didn't work. I'm talking about weeks. It stopped working after I got caught or the thing happened, then it worked. Yeah, then it 738. Now it works. Before it didn't work. So, like I was saying, if I'm such a target of terrorism or terrorism suspicion, it would be remiss if they didn't plant, knowing that you park it, plant something somewhere. I remember I used to park there and I used to see something. It used to say FBI surveillance, man. A Wi-Fi which is would be psychological. Why would somebody name their Wi-Fi hotspot FBI surveillance, man? It's crazy, man. It's insane, man. Yeah, it is, man. She come out and smoke a cigarette and things like that. So, all that type of stuff, and those type of women, no hair cover, come out to smoke a cigarette and a shisha pipe and all that. I noticed with Sufism, with the Muhammad Atta and all that type of group, there's a lot of cigarette smoking, man. With them, man, yeah, a lot of cigarette smoking. And sometimes, it depends on your level that they glean or scan you to be. If they know that you're tight, then they'll also drink with you. They go drinking. With you, they want you to go out drinking with them, drinking like beer or alcohol. Yeah. No. And they say then the sheikhs will cover this. The sheikhs absorb this. They absorb the failings of their followers. Forget about that. None of that. Fornication, none of that. Sometimes they'll get a girl, in some aspects of Sufism, a girl and a guy together, and say, look, marriage is hard, whatever like that, and I'll see you later. And you both go into your hotel rooms or something like that. And then afterward, they'll repent and they'll cry with the tasbih, with the zikr beads. Things like that. Allah forgive me for saying that. Stuff like that with the prayer beads after they done zina. With women and all that kind of stuff, man. No, I refuse that, man. With little fragments of purity left, I'm trying to hold on to it. And I'm being assaulted from all sides, Muslims and non-Muslims. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get out. I really don't, man. And the law of the military seizing people deemed to be a threat, it threatens me. It's a threat to me because it could be used against me anytime, just like laws of petty theft and things that I've done. They can use against you anytime. If you're leaving or you're escaping, okay, charge him with this thing, 7 TPX 843, Afro-American driven, but probably part of the state authority. The license plate I just read off, the SUV, and charge him with this so that so the person of interest, target, he can't go anywhere. Yeah, he can't go anywhere. He'll be stuck here. Once you charge him, or if you charge him en route while in flight and he lands, and then the other country learns the person has warrant, then they gotta send them back. Yeah, stuff like that, man. Yeah, stuff like that. And the Muslim community is a part of it. They'll do it to you, man. to keep you confined and living like this, dragging in and out through the streets for the rest of a person's life. You gotta bounce around in the streets, man. Living in destitution. Yeah, as some sort of weird recompense for what they perceive you have done to other people, which is not true. Particularly the intent. See, a lot of the law is connected with intent. A lot of the law is connected with intent. Kula ma'amin